You may have noticed Joey Porter is sitting down again today, along with James Harrison, as Arnold Harrison gets a second straight start. And it's done again, this time only for a yard. Hampton the first to hit him. And Phil, what might we expect when the Falcons have it?
Well, when the Falcons have the ball, Michael Vick wants to be the Manning, and of course it's a play on words. He wants to throw the football more. Of course, this offense is never going to be what the Indianapolis Colts do with throwing the football. The Pittsburgh defense, hot pocket. What that means, keep Michael Vick inside the tackles, make him stand there and throw the football down the field.
You know, Vick has had a lot to say this week about that offensive attack. He told us on Friday over at the complex he's not frustrated by the offense, but he felt sorry for his receivers. That time his receiver let him down, dropping the ball. 3rd and 14, and Vick, will he take off? No, he's going to launch it downfield, and that's White with another attempt to pull one down, and it's incomplete. But the pass amazingly accurate, throwing on the run by Vick. Keenan, the kicker, sending Santonio Holmes back to the 20. And he loses the football. The Falcons are there for the recovery. Stripped away by Omari Lowe.
What I like about special teams playing well is when you're talking about special teams, you're talking about offensive guys, defensive guys, you're talking about linemen, linebackers, defensive backs, wide receivers. You're really not talking about quarterback. You're talking about your team, so they represent your team. When they go out and play well and show a toughness, I think it's kind of representative of what your team can be.
Howard talking about how they're trying to form an identity and was coming together with Davenport adding some bulk to the running game. Now Vick trying to cash in, finds Crumpler at the 3, and he takes it in for the touchdown. The very first play after the fumble. The Falcons take advantage. Crumpler with McFadden defending, carries him into the end zone.
That was a beautiful throw by Michael Vick. Up the field, there is no doubt. Throwing the football vertically, he's very good at it. Nice little move by Algie Crumpler. Just gave enough space and got his big body in front of a little defensive back, and Michael Vick made the perfect throw.
Crumpler's second touchdown catch of the season. He was the Falcons' next pick after Vick in the 0-1 draft. They came in together. What a chemistry they have. And Crumpler, 3 straight Pro Bowls. A touchdown here early. There's Holmes now breaking it. And Holmes is going to, can you believe that? Keenan, who kicked it off, barely got him by the shoelace, or otherwise it was all the way.
You are right. I thought he was gone. Nice job of setting up the blocks by the offense. He fakes like he's going left, and he makes a little cutback, and he's going full speed. That is good effort.
Holmes in Washington, and 4 receivers for the Steelers. Haynes flanking the quarterback.
Stacking receivers, expecting man-to-man. They don't get it.
Pass zipped, pulled down. Holmes, first down at the Atlanta 40. Santonio Holmes for 13 yards. First down and 10 from the 40 with Parker back in there at running back. Roethlisberger down the middle. Catch is made at the 20 by Wilson. 3rd down and 15. Back to the 4 receiver formation, and Haynes, the 3rd down back. Rolling, firing, hitting. That's Washington with the first down yardage at the 8. The young receivers coming through with some big catches.
Boy, that is really well designed and well done. Washington goes up the field. He's going to fake like he's going outside, stops, and look at the hole that it creates between the linebackers and the corners. And Roethlisberger knows it's in between defenders.
So will they take advantage here in the red zone? 3rd and goal.
Will Atlanta change up and play man coverage? It looks like they will.
Roethlisberger tries to take off, and the alley is shut down. Mallard and Brooking collapse on the quarterback, and the Falcon defense makes a stand.
Yeah, really good job by the defense making an adjustment. And it is, I don't know if it was, I thought maybe it was a quarterback draw, but the pass protection broke down so fast it was hard to tell. But that time the Falcons played man-to-man coverage, and they were going to make the Steelers make a good throw down the field instead of those open spots.
Jeff Reed will try to convert from 28. He missed one from this distance last week, which snapped a streak of 40 straight makes inside of 40 yards. And this one is just through. He's got a new streak underway. Steelers net a field goal after the big kick return by Holmes. 7-3 first quarter. Atlanta.
A heart attack? He was 47. What about Janice and the kids? Do they have life insurance?
No.
But we have life insurance. John, we agreed you were going to take care of that.
I'm trying to find something we can afford.
Call SelectQuote now and get the insurance your family needs at a price you can afford.
In minutes, SelectQuote found John a $500,000 policy for only $29 a month, and his wife Anne a $500,000 policy for only $21 a month.
At SelectQuote, we comparison shop some of the most trusted insurance companies in America to find you the best rate. You need life insurance. You don't need to overpay for it.
Call 1-800-937-3532 or go to SelectQuote.com now and get the insurance your family needs.
At a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop. You save.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Frosty time is kind of like you time, if you time tasted like a Frosty.
Hey, Willie, can I get a hand with this?
You got this, brother. I know you've been working out.
Please, this is pretty heavy.
That's why I got the small, man.
When it's Frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Strawberry Frosty.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, how are the Packers going to make up for the loss of Davante Adams? Well, Thomas Davis, Brian Baldinger, Adam Rank, and Brett Favre try to answer that question. Plus, TD's top 5 linebackers in the game today. That's tonight at 7 Eastern.
Pittsburgh on the all-out blitz.
On 3rd and 6. Man is open, and Polamalu comes in at the last minute with the theft.
You said it right. The man was open. Michael Vick has the strongest throwing arm as anybody in the National Football League, but everybody underestimates the closing speed of Troy Polamalu. And he gets to roam the field. Sees the receiver wide open. Nobody's covering him, and he picks up the error made by the defense. The Steelers blow it. Nobody covering. Roddy White down the field. What a play by Polamalu. How's that for a safety?
We were talking about the anticipation of Vick and Polamalu being on the field at the same time. Two players who are known to cover a lot of ground. From the 49. 49, first down. Plants the feet, fires it beautifully for another first. That's Cedric Wilson for 16. First down, 15. Parker, that right side is wide open. Hines Ward throwing a block, and it's enough for a first down. 16-yard rumble by Willie Parker. Finally in the secondary, brought down by Chris Crocker.
You know, anytime you're worried about your defensive front, stopping the run, you have a tendency to overcommit. And when you do that, you saw the opening space or the big open, and Willie Parker cuts it back. Hines Ward, good job blocking downfield, and he gets rolled up.
Ooh.
If you're going to be a receiver for either one of these teams, you better block down the field for the runners.
Well, he pushed Hall out of the way. He held on to that block, but then he almost got a little dangerous contact. And here it's Parker somehow twisting and staying on his feet.
What did you tell him last night? That somebody in the league looks up to him. Mike Bell.
Yep.
Said you gave all the free agents and low draft picks hope.
Well, the running back at Denver back up, and here is Ward with the catch at the 10. 3rd and goal. Second time in this quarter the Steelers have been down here.
Falcons are going to play it safe.
From the pocket, wide open. Touchdown, Hines Ward.
I'd say that was a little more than a little safe, and no pressure on Roethlisberger, and nobody covering Hines Ward. Watch the second, they split. Nobody gets underneath it. Laurie Malloy says, oh my gosh, that doesn't look good, but he's too late getting there. He can't cover up.
He fires to the goal line, touchdown, Hines Ward.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seats for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Wasn't me. You're never responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card.
We're all here for football.
Best in the league right now.
We're here for those epic matchups.
For the win! Ball game!
Sunday morning breakdowns.
I pray for these moments.
And all the inside lowdown.
I still get chills thinking about it.
Incredible!
Your team.
We got the whole city behind it.
Our team.
This is such an exciting time for a fan.
Every team.
Time to get this show started.
We're all here for it.
Oh, my goodness.
NFL Network. We're here for football.
Hi, it's me again. Listen to this. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check every month may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Check your zip code. It could be dynamite. Call now.
Call 1-800-616-0554. That's 1-800-616-0554 now.
Well, Roethlisberger actually pitched a perfect first half. That 158.3 quarterback rating, the perfect rating, and pretty strong here again in the first.
Decision making, it's been pretty good. He's made a couple he's got away with, but the physical part of his throwing, the rhythm, sitting on his feet, throwing in time to the open receiver, that has been excellent, just like it was last week.
Jim Nantz and Phil Simms as we start the second quarter. Steelers out first downing the Falcons 10-1. Roethlisberger again on target and a fumble. Ward fumbled, And it looked like the Steelers may have jumped in there to recover it. Heath Miller diving into the pile. Webster stripped it away, and it is Pittsburgh football in Atlanta territory. Wow.
The Steelers love to throw what they call this inside route. It's called a skinny post. You fake like you're going up the field and you just barely bend it inside. Ben Roethlisberger anticipates the throw, puts it right on the money. I'd look at that if I was the Atlanta Falcons.
And they have. They've thrown out the red flag.
After review, the receiver possessed the ball, got 2 feet down, therefore it's a completed catch. First down. Atlanta is charged with a timeout.
It is so close. The officials know the little fine points of the rule and know how to interpret it better than us or me.
Look at this. Since the Crumpler touchdown, one play after a fumble recovery, 149 yards for the Steelers, 11 first downs, only 11 yards by the Falcons since that time. And they jumped in front quickly. Parker bouncing around and falling backwards to the 40. See what a call here on 2nd down and 9. Got it away just in time. Pump fake, fire. Holmes inside the 30, slicing to the 27. Hartwell drags him down after 18.
Well, I think a lot of questions are being answered. And again, talking to Ben Roethlisberger last night, he said it. There was a difference last week. He was happy to be playing before because he was healthy. He said, you know, last playing the Kansas City Chiefs, he realized you got to go out and compete. You got to be tough. And it's almost like a fight as a quarterback when you go out there. He got that attitude back. It showed in last week's game, and he has definitely carried it over to the Atlanta Falcons.
Kemoatu on at the right guard position, and that's a gain for 2. 2nd down and 8.
Here comes the blitz.
Try to cross him up with a run. Parker dragged down from behind. Foley tackles him near the 19. 3rd and short coming up. We'll call it 3rd and 2. The long 2. Another hookup with Wilson. Shakes off the tackle and gets near the goal line. Stopped about a yard short. Broke away from Webster.
Well, this is the play again. He can throw it to the right side, but he looks out to his left. He knows he's going there the whole way. Did you see? He hit his back foot, throws it on rhythm. Again, a staple of their offense. He predetermines. He sees the corners off. Nobody's going to get underneath it. And you know why they're good at it? They do it every day in practice. They do it in every single game.
1st and goal. Kreider, the fullback. Parker, the tailback. It'll be Parker. Parker fighting for it and stopped a yard shy. 2nd down and goal. Play action. Roethlisberger throws. Catch made. Touchdown. Heath Miller.
That's when you know a quarterback is in rhythm, and he's synchronized with his receivers, because I'm watching this happen in real speed, and I'm going, oh, don't do that. Hardwell turns around, doesn't see the football, but that was a tight, confident throw by Ben Roethlisberger.
And throwing for the end zone and a touchdown is Ben Roethlisberger to Heath Miller. Heath's 2nd touchdown reception of the year.
This summer, the world's roads lead here to Birmingham. The World Games, recognized by the International Olympic Committee, will bring athletes from more than 100 countries here to compete for gold. Tickets are on sale now to see events like flag football, softball, gymnastics, lacrosse, sumo wrestling, martial arts, sport climbing, and more. The World Games will bring the best in international sports here. So join the celebration, America, as we step up, because this is our medal moment.
If your lawn looks like this, get it back on track like this. With GrowTrax, the seed, fertilizer, and mulch combo roll that grows right where you roll it. Just roll, water, and watch it grow. GrowTrax contains American-grown Oregon seed and landscaper-grade time-release fertilizer wrapped in a nutrient-rich bio-paper that holds 6 times its weight in water to protect seed while it grows. GrowTrax works in all climates in spring, summer, and fall with a proprietary seed blend that's been expert tested to grow even on concrete, so you know it's tough enough to thrive in your neck of the woods. Patch pet urine spots, repair worn-out areas, even do your whole lawn. Grow grass in the shade and under trees with ease. And using GrowTrax on hills and slopes is a breeze. This is the same revolutionary, rollout, fast growth formula used by elite golf courses and resorts. And now it's finally available in a residential roll for your lawn. And in 2020 alone, GrowTrax received over 10,000 4- and 5-star independent reviews.
I'm a busy working mom, and I'm definitely not a gardener. I love GrowTrax. It's so easy to use. You just roll it out and water it and watch it grow. If I can do it, anyone can do it. GrowTrax is so simple, and our lawn looks incredible.
And working out what's right for you couldn't be easier. Simply roll over to GrowTrax.com and take the fun GrowTrax quiz. If you need to do some patching, click here and choose what's right for you. Or to fix an area or a whole lawn, click here and use the simple area guide. Now, follow the map to see what seed suits your area best, and you're done. Getting your lawn back on track without the guesswork has never been faster, easier, or more affordable, and all for a fraction of the price of sod.
To order GrowTrax online, visit GrowTrax.com right now. That's GrowTrax.com. Or find GrowTrax at home improvement stores nationwide. So patch, repair, or do your whole lawn at GrowTrax.com.
Or call 1-800-240-7813. That's 1-800-240-7813. Order now.
Steelers offense so impressive here in this first half. A carryover from last week, but now they fumble it on the exchange, and the Falcons recover with Michael Boley.
Well, earlier today we saw Ben Roethlisberger pull out. This time that's a good snap. It looks like either he was not ready for it or he just didn't grab it. His bottom hand did not flex like he was expecting the football, so.
Well, the last time they fumbled, the Falcons, on the very next play, scored the touchdown. Vick to Crumpler.
Same formation.
Will they go for the quick strike again? Play action. Vick dancing around, rolling out. Now he rushes for the first time today. And is out of bounds at the 22. Warwick Dunn takes the snap. Dunn dancing around, diving under, just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Big third down. Vick dancing, throwing. Has Crumpler for the first down at the 9, but there is a flag. And Vick was leveled.
I believe it's going to be against Chad Brown, roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 94. Penalized half the distance to the goal and a first down.
It's the second straight week that Vick has been hit late. The other one last week against the Giants when he was running out of bounds. And there it is, Brown.
That was late. It's one of those, let me give you a little hit, nobody will notice it. Good job by Algie Crumpler, seeing the quarterback moving, finds the open spot, and then avoids the big hit.
3 receivers. Crumpler flanking the quarterback along with Dunn. On first and goal at the 5. Dunn zigging and zagging, got half of it. Second and goal. Back to Dunn, and again met right away. First Clark Higgins, and a loss of 2. So they'll go for it from the gun on third down.
Looks like the Steelers will blitz.
Vick trying to get it by air, and Crumpler makes the catch. touchdown of the game.
That play resulted in a touchdown because Michael Vick just put everything he had into getting this football to Algie Crumpler before Larry Foote can get there.
Another touchdown off the turnover. The other drives, just the conventional way, managed only 16 yards, 3 punts, and a pick thrown.
That's how you win games. When the opportunity's there, you take advantage of it.
And look at the short kick, the onside kick. And the Falcons have recovered. Something that Bill Power loves to do. And Atlanta comes back and gives them their own dose. Norwood with the recovery.
When the other opposing offense is scoring points the way they were scoring points, it's a very gutsy move to make that call.
No, I think it was execution. I mean, I think Ty he's got to come down with the ball. He got hit as he was trying to catch the ball, and I give them credit.
Second down and 10. To Dunn. Dunn's first real hole of the game to the 44. Give him 7. Ryan Clark in the secondary with the hit.
Yeah, Warrick Dunn, when he sees a hole that big, he talked about it to us on Friday. He goes, I'm a little guy. I can go through some little holes. But, again, a lot of running room. And it looks like it's going to be a big play. And what's he get? 7 yards.
Dunn 8 carries, 21 yards. Coming off a game where he had a 90-yard run last week, the longest in Falcon franchise history. Third down. To take advantage now of the onside kick. They keep it going with the hook up to Ashley Lely, the former Bronco, for 13.
That's how you get your passing game going. You just stay with it. You keep throwing the football. You allow your offensive linemen to get in the rhythm, to learn how to block the pass rushers. Believe me, it's a lot easier for the quarterback to throw once he's thrown a higher number of passes, and maybe most of all, the wide receivers. Look at how they have struggled. The wide receivers get involved in the game.
First down. Vick fires and a flag. That pass had plenty of zip on it. That's Lely for a second straight play.
Illegal contact. Defense number 25. Penalties decline. Play results in a first down.
Vick has never had a 3-touchdown passing game in his 6-year career. Going for it right now, though. There's Jenkins, and he pulls down the catch with the flag. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's going to be against Pittsburgh. Shea Townsend defending. What a catch with all that contact. Just as we said it, Vick with his first 3-touchdown game of his career. He gets them all here in the first half. What a pull down by Jenkins.
Michael's going to loop it to the end zone. Jenkins there. He makes the catch.
Rise and shine with GMFB.
We got something fresh.
Oh, I love football.
Get your morning started with football, friends, and a whole lot of fun.
Boom, it clicked. See you tomorrow, fam.
Good Morning Football. Tomorrow at 7 on NFL Network.
My A1C stayed here. It needed to be here.
Ruby's A1C is down with Rybelsus.
My A1C wasn't at goal. Now I'm down with Rybelsus.
Mom's A1C is down with Rybelsus.
In a clinical study, once daily Rybelsus significantly lowered A1C better than a leading branded pill.
Rybelsus isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Rybelsus if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Rybelsus and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Rybelsus with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Need to get your A1C down?
Ask your healthcare provider about Rybelsus today.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, how are the Packers going to make up for the loss of Davante Adams? Well, Thomas Davis, Brian Baldinger, Adam Rank, and Brett Favre try to answer that question. Plus, TD's top 5 linebackers in the game today. That's tonight, 7 Eastern.
I'm Taylor Bisciotti with an NFL Network up-to-the-minute update. If the Broncos need to know just what kind of player they got in Russell Wilson, they can just ask his old teammates. Former Seahawks linebacker KJ Wright says he's expecting big things for Wilson in Denver.
I don't think there's a single quarterback that I would rather have on Sundays than this dude. You never out the game. You could be down 21-0 with 4 minutes left. This dude believed he'll get the job done. His positivity is just infectious. He's going to some dogs with Patrick Mahomes and Derek Carr and Justin Herbert. So it's going to be tough for him to, put up 40-plus points a game. But if anybody can do it, it's going to be Russell.
And time heals all wounds. Rams head coach Sean McVay says on Michael Silver's Open Mic podcast that one of the best congratulatory messages he got after winning the Super Bowl was from his former quarterback, Jared Goff. McVay called the Lions quarterback, quote, a stud and a class act.
Second down and 10 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Roethlisberger to the 29. That's a yard shy of the first. Hines Ward. They have all of their timeouts, but they still have to negotiate this 1 yard. Pick up the first. Try to get it with the run. Haynes has it. Haynes, by way of the University of Georgia, out to the 40. He rooms on the road with the quarterback Roethlisberger, and he got Ben's tickets to this game because he had his own family and friends to take care of, much like Hines Ward, who went around the locker room trying to gobble up all of his teammates' tickets. First and 10, Roethlisberger, open man. Morey with the catch.
If you play a defense that sits back and catches, well, you're not going to take a chance. Pittsburgh will march down the field.
Pump fake, down the sideline they go. Pass caught by Holmes. Over the shoulder, beautiful grab. Jason Webster trying to defend. It goes for 36 yards.
The play is being reviewed.
They're going to take a look at it up top.
Inside of 2 minutes, that is up top.
Hey, what are you talking about, says Bill. Under 2 minutes, they take it upstairs.
He's absolutely in bounds. He has
4 feet in, 5 feet in.
Has the ball, yes.
And he's got a hold of it.
Boy, is that good. Good execution by Ben Roethlisberger. Beautiful throwing motion.
Looked like Cowher may have been saying, wait a minute, can't do that. Atlanta has no timeouts left. But the rule is it comes from
up top.
The replay booth inside 2 minutes. It's not an Atlanta call.
Well, I think what happened too, Jim, he looked up top and he forgot it was inside of 2 minutes. And he realized it didn't come from the Atlanta sideline.
Boy, look at this.
But here's why
bearing
he's mad.
down. Look at these eyes bearing down on he's walked down there to get a close look.
It ruins the rhythm of his offense. That's why he's upset.
That's what it is. Exactly.
He had the defense of the Falcons reeling.
There you go, talking about probably the rhythm they had going.
No way.
Well, that catch 2 plays ago by Sean Morey.
The ruling on the field stands. It's a catch. First down.
First and goal from the 10. Wilson's back in. Roethlisberger throws. Catch is made. It's Nate Washington. Second straight week he finds the end zone.
What a throw. Good anticipation. He sees the blitz. And this is why you put a quarterback in the shotgun, too.
He throws it quickly. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! On the post, Nate Washington, a leaping grab in the end zone.
We need someone to be there, knowing they'll always care. Someone who lights your way each and every day. Doing what you love is everything, so we can celebrate the joy it brings. There's so much to protect in our lives. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Kick off your 4th of July celebration. Find your spark with Williams digital pianos starting at $199.99. Or bring down the house with Harbinger loudspeakers up to $120 off. Light up your creativity at Guitar Center.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Some of the league's biggest names are back, taking over NFL Network.
We're picking the games and shows that we want you to see.
And this time, a few legends are getting in on the fun.
So come watch with us.
NFL Players' Choice, Tuesday at 1 on NFL Network.
Prime Video is the new exclusive home of Thursday Night Football. Prime night, prime games. Check out the full schedule at Amazon.com/TNF. It all kicks off September 15th, only on Prime Video.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months. Lastly, how about the stress from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. Visit creditassociates.com for free information on how we can reduce your debt and save you thousands.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
Pittsburgh will come out with its second possession starting at the 20, almost pinned back at the 1. Beck with the tip back into play. And watch, Phil, how close this was to being down.
Michael Boley, he's on the end zone line. If you're on that line and the football's touching you, it's a touchback.
Parker tries the left side, stacked up, driven back. Well, they haven't done anything rushing on the road. In fact, at Jacksonville, the Steelers had a Cowher low 26 yards in that shutout loss to Jacksonville in his 247-game career at that point. Parker has been over 100 every game at home. And he's going to get up some yardage this time, but it'll be 3rd and about 3 coming up. Give him 6. Third down and short. Underneath. Miller trying to twist for it. How about the spot they're going to give it to him? Kevin Mathis had him wrapped up, but Miller would not allow him to lasso him behind the 30. It'll be enough by a half yard for the first. 5 for 5 on 3rd down in this game. All converted for first. In fact, one of them went for a touchdown. First down to carry Parker. He is dragged down, get him only a yard. 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger hit after he throws it. Ball should have been caught. Hines Ward. And Roethlisberger is down. Hit by Chauncey Davis.
Blitz by the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, he got hit 3 different ways.
Yeah, 3 defenders all over him. So
that was a scary moment. You know, I mean, it's a competitive environment, you know, and you're always talking about we got to get to the quarterback, we got to get to the quarterback, you got to hit him, but you don't ever like to see a player laying there not moving, especially a guy like Ben and the things that he has gone through in the last few months. So there was concern.
You talked about it earlier, how he really, once he finally was able to see game action in the regular season, he was just glad to be out there, just happy to be alive is actually how he phrased it to us last night.
Yeah, yeah.
And then got that competitiveness that he says is something that
you need.
That is such a part of his entire being. Always wanting to compete. Started to feel that coming back last week. It's certainly been evidenced here today. And there was a signal to get the cart, which was already positioned over on the Steelers sideline. But we don't need it. He's going to walk off.
Yeah, you know, Jim, and too, you can see the blow to his head, and I'm just trying to watch him if he's limping too, because all 3 of the defenders that hit him.
It's the double whammy.
Double whammy,
to
front and
the head.
back.
Yep.
And then Michael Boley hits him down by the knees and lower leg.
Kearney and Davis were the 2 front and back, and here comes Charlie Batch, who had to step in week 1 for the opener in relief of Ben with that appendectomy, and called the service. He was superb. Talking about Charlie Batch with 3 touchdown tosses in the win over Miami.
Do they hand it off, or do they let him throw as he comes right into the game?
And right into a 3rd and 9. Fields the low snap. He's got pressure. He gets it away, and it was in the area, really, of Kevin Mathis. And there's a flag in the secondary. Keith Brooking was in there almost about to make a sack.
One of the problems that come up when you're blitzing is that you get too aggressive sometimes.
Holding. Defense number 27. 5-yard penalty and a first down.
Gives the Steelers the first down at the 36. Tripped up right away. Parker fumbles the football, and Atlanta has it. Tried to make the move. Jonathan Babineau said no way. He strips it and falls on it.
When you lose a guy like Rod Coleman or you lose a guy like John Abraham, you know, those are 2 of the finest players in the league at their position. And coach speak says it doesn't matter who's in there. You know, the guy's got to do the job. And okay, it's baloney. But today, those guys accepted the challenge as a group. Shropshire, Babineau, Chauncey, and they came through and they made some plays.
Twice now they have converted fumbles into touchdowns. Can they do it a 3rd time? Vick, all kinds of time. At the 10, he's got his target. It's Crumpler down to the 3. 23 yards.
The Atlanta Falcons, we know they like to run the football, but they excel, I believe, when they throw it down the field just like this. It took a while. Michael Vick gets deep behind the offensive line. He can see clearly down the field. Algie Crumpler, the best receiver on the team, wide open for the big first down.
They've got a 1st and goal at the 3 after a hookup with Crumpler, covering 23 yards. They're going to throw it to the corner, and the diving attempt incomplete, and a flag. Trying to hit Dwayne Blakely, who has not caught a ball all season. That was Mike Logan they're going to call the infraction against.
Pass interference. Defense number 31. Because the foul occurred in the end zone, the ball is placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
Roethlisberger is going in for closer examination, inspection, and back to the 1-yard line for Atlanta. Parker watching. He's the one who fumbled to set this up. Back to Dunn, and Dunn this time They still haven't called it. I thought he might have been.
They just got to make sure he has the football. It will be a touchdown. Once they see he has it, raise your hands. They're trying to clarify, does he still have the football? Thank you.
There it is.
That's why you don't see real fast touchdown calls by the sideline, the officials. Because they have to make sure that he still has the football. This is a good job, Jim. Sliding along and just sees the little spot to squeeze in there, actually on the back of one of his blockers.
Give us it done, left side. He got in. Touchdown, Oregon.
He's a great quarterback. Probably the best quarterback in football right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was throwing the ball. How do you like that?
I got to see this. This Brett Favre about him. Look at this. Oh!
I'm amazed all the time at some of the stuff I do.
It was something I had never experienced.
Throws it deep downfield for Tyree, who makes the catch.
Describe your attitude. I said beast mode. You know, the curl looked wet, but it was dry.
Deion Sanders dancing for a long touchdown.
The most moisturized curl in history.
You've got your grooming routine down, but you're not done until you take it to the max. MicroTouch Titanium Max, the all-new micro precision trimmer that goes where no other grooming tool can to finish your look perfectly.
Ears, nose, in between the eyebrows. It is the finishing tool.
It's incredible. It's the difference between having a good groom and then taking it to a great groom.
Micro precise trimming with an ultra-thin head that goes beyond where clippers and scissors can. Close as a blade, yet safe to the touch. Now, with micro-oscillating German stainless steel blades, bonded with titanium that finishes your groom like nothing else can. Watch. Eliminate that unibrow with pinpoint precision. Easily remove ear hair with no plucking. And nose hair, gone with quick, painless precision with Titanium Max.
It is the ultimate finish. You look fresh and dialed just like you would coming out of a barbershop.
It is what I use to finish my groom the right way every time. The Titanium Max, it gives you that finishing touch. It's something you can't beat.
The Titanium Max ultra-thin head with perfectly angled side-mounted blades goes where other trimmers can't. No nicks, cuts, or irritation. And look, snap on the comb to tame bushy eyebrows in seconds perfectly. And touch up mustaches, beards, goatees, and sideburns fast.
Listen, you can keep cutting your hair with clippers and scissors and have that okay look, but with the Titanium Max, it takes it over the top.
Portable cordless power with a non-slip grip and an LED spotlight.
If you're not finishing your groom with Titanium Max, you're not grooming.
Get yours now at titaniummax.com for only $14.99 or call 1-800-418-5926.
The Titanium Max is the way. This is everything.
It is the ultimate finish.
It's the best trimmer I've ever used.
MicroTouch Titanium Max, the finisher for the ultimate groom.
So Batch from the 20. Fires wide of Ward near the 30.
That's about the 5th or 6th time I've seen him run that exact play. Hines Ward is open every time. Charlie Batch, can you get him involved in the game? This is a tough spot for the Steelers. He executed well, so they got faith, they got confidence because he played so well opening game of the year against the Miami Dolphins.
Threw for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns with no picks. Helping them to victory. Play action. This time he's on target for the first down to Holmes.
Nice throw. I'm sure it put the Steelers' minds at ease how well he played opening game because now they know.
Parker, nothing doing.
Now they know if something happens that they still have a chance.
Well, we saw Batch last year come in and pinch hit a couple of times, including a game up at Green Bay. And he ran the game plan and did what he had to do to lead them to victory.
Yeah, at that time, I don't think the Steelers felt as confident about their backup quarterbacks as they do now.
That last one set him back 2 yards. So it's 2nd down and 12 inside of 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, fake into the line. Up top he goes. He hits Ward in stride. Hines Ward taken off at the 20. Tries to take the angle away. Ward dives for the pylon. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. What a play. He ran right out of his shoe.
You got to have some help. There's this area between the hash marks called the middle of the field. And when there's a safety in the middle of the field and they throw a skinny post in there, you're supposed to make the play.
Ken Wisenhunt, the offensive coordinator, told us last night we want to throw some vertical inside routes against D'Angelo Hall. He likes to play outside and chase you down the field and across. It opens up just enough of a lane. It was there. Charlie Batch, what a throw.
Ward goes 70 yards, thrilling the 70 people who are here today as his guests in his hometown.
Play action. He looked down the middle, looked it off, goes to his right and throws it right on target. See his head looking down the middle? He knew he was going to throw this to Hines Ward to the right just by the way they lined up on defense.
Look at the shoe come off at the 30.
That is incredible. And Hines Ward is strong. That's the one thing you notice about him. D'Angelo Hall, good shot. Outside, doesn't have the quickness there to make it. Look at that shoe come off. You're right, Jim. It went flying.
I think Hall thought for sure he would catch him, but Ward's so savvy. Look at him take away the angle. There's the shoe. He's just going to go ahead and kick this thing off now.
He kicked it off. How about this? You're the Atlanta Falcons. You got the turnovers. You score. You're on top. The crowd's with you. Ben Roethlisberger gets banged up. He goes out. You're going, oh, man, we got the backup quarterback. Now we can get it done. And look what happens. That is emotionally, that is a lot to absorb in a short time.
The Steeler fans so vocal, you can hear their chant of defense here in the Atlanta home stadium. Dunn pushed back by Polamalu. Ryan Clark had a hold of him. It's a gain of 6. Had to be with that velocity, otherwise Townsend could have taken it for 6. It's Roddy White picking up the first down.
If you're the Atlanta Falcons, keep it going. Keep throwing the football. It will open up plays, and that's a nice throw and catch. Probably couldn't have done that early in the game because the rhythm wasn't there. But what it will do, it gets the receivers, like we said, but also Michael Vick will get a better feel. His touch, and he'll know when to run.
When you set it down, he'll roll it out. Now plant and throw. Got his man, Lallee. Lallee spinning away from McFadden. He's out of bounds at the 30. That one goes for 28. Keenan Forney is down all the way back at the 30, the starting right guard for the Falcons.
Michael Vick, this reminds me of John Elway when he was with the Denver Broncos. Sprint to one side of the field, stop and turn and throw back across the field. It takes time, but it takes a really, really good arm. Lallee down on this side is going to be here. Vick all the way here. Watch how the Pittsburgh defense goes flying to the left. Gosh, oh my, look at the space, the throw, the nice catch by Ashley Lallee. You know, the wide receivers, look what they've done today. Hey, you just got to give them a chance. When you look at them, I'll tell you, these guys, they look talented. Big, tall, and fast.
Scampering down the line, hard-earned 2 yards. Vick still has it. What a fake. Carried it out. Throws it deep. Got Crumpler. He's got another touchdown to Crumpler. 31 yards. Crumpler's 3rd score of the day. Vick's 4th touchdown pass.
You know, I wanted to say the play before the long pass where Michael Vick goes to one side of the field and throws back. You'd love to see more of that from the Atlanta Falcons. That is what I think he is made to do in the NFL. get deep, buy time, and then show off his tremendous throwing arm.
Lots of time. Crumpler there. Caught. Touchdown.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, how are the Packers going to make up for the loss of Davante Adams? Well, Thomas Davis, Brian Baldinger, Adam Rank, and Brett Favre try to answer that question. Plus, TD's top 5 linebackers in the game today. That's tonight, 7 Eastern.
Don't worry about it. This one's on me.
No. I got the next round.
Oh, so you rich now?
No, he's not rich. He's happy hour rich.
That 3 to 6 p.m. rich?
3 to 6 bucks rich. You guys got jokes. He's 3 to 6 balling.
Hey, Mr. 3-6, your driver parked outside?
This guy thinks he's funny. We'll split the check, right?
No.
I'm Groot.
We definitely have ants in here.
Not for long.
Nice.
What's going on here? I said get a pro.
I did get a pro.
An Orkin Pro. I got you.
Got ants? Don't call any pro. Call the Orkin Pro. Orkin, the best in pests.
The delicious Domino's pizza you're looking at is actually yesterday's leftover Domino's pizza. How'd we do it? Simple. We took it fresh out of a Domino's oven. We put it in a Domino's box, put that box in a Domino's bag, put that bag in a Domino's car, drove that car to Stacy's house, rang her doorbell, delivered her pizza. Then we kind of did nothing all night. Came back in the morning and used her leftovers to get this perfect shot.
Say what? You made a Domino's commercial with my leftovers? Can you clean up this kitchen while you're at it?
We don't know where things go. So get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas delivered for $6.99 each. Enjoy one tonight, love one tomorrow.
I can't. My toes. How much further?
Turns out, it is hard walking a mile in someone else's shoes.
And it turns out the General is a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years. I can't. I gotta go. Go straight back.
No.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General.
For real?
I just need new laces.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
So I climbed into the cab and then I settled down inside. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Tim Nance and Phil Simms back here at the Georgia Dome with Atlanta leading 35-31. Pittsburgh over 300 yards passing. Roethlisberger threw for 3 before he went out. 3 touchdowns. Batch has thrown for 1, replacing him. And here's Norwood. Norwood taken off the 50. And inside the 40 before he's ridden down. The ball squirted out at the end, but I believe they've ruled him down. Ryan Clark rode him down, but not until the rookie from Mississippi State rumbled for 37.
How about that? Nice cut back all the way across the formation and almost stumbles. And Jarius Norwood, I don't even have to tell you, do you think he's fast? and I want you to look at the size of those legs. But he is, during the preseason, of all the rookies in the league, as I watched him, I go, my gosh, who is that? A 4th-round pick, so fast. That's why he's on this Atlanta Falcons team, and he has a chance to score every time he touches it.
He was the 8th running back selected in the draft. As Dunn comes back, spins away, and nifty run for 7. Norwood, the 8th running back. He has a 100-yard game already to his credit this year against Arizona. Put up 106, the bulk of it coming on a 78-yard run, which was an Atlanta record until Dunn bettered that last week, going 90. Only Lawrence Maroney of the Patriots has had a better single game as far as rookie running backs in the league this year. And it's 3rd overall.
There you go. Look at that. 2 first-rounders, then Jarius Norwood, and you take him along with Michael Vick, D'Angelo Hall, some of the fastest guys in the NFL, all in one backfield.
And 2nd and 3, Dunn. He's going to be close to that first, but a flag in the pile.
Personal foul, grasping a face mask. Defense number 99. Penalized half the distance to the goal, and a first down.
Vick on third down has been sharp. Third down, we'll call it 6. Has to get to the 3. Vick's pass. He catches his own pass. Polamalu cuts off the angle. Ball was deflected by Kiesel.
Well, that answered one of the questions I wanted to see today. Can Troy Polamalu, if Michael Vick pulls it down, can he get him before he gets around the corner? And the answer is yes. In fact, he does it with surprising ease.
Brad Johnson, if you're wondering, is the only quarterback to ever throw a touchdown pass to himself. And Michael Vick, for a moment there, I thought he might get the corner, but not with Polamalu.
That might have been a touchdown against a lot of defenses, but not against the Steelers. And you're right, Jim. Troy Polamalu.
Morton Anderson, the 46-year-old, drills it through. It's still a one-possession game. That from 25. And the last time these two teams tangled in 02, they played to a tie. In fact, with 5 finals in already today, there have been 2,100 games played and only one tie in that stretch, and it was these two. And that's Ward picking up 8. Play action up top, and Miller was open. Batch overthrew him.
Yep, the football definitely got away from Charlie Batch because he is wide open up the seam, and he hesitated, and that's just the fact not playing a lot. Charlie Batch hesitated just long enough. They made him get excited, goes underneath the football, it goes high, and really almost intercepted.
Was Crocker closing in on it? Would have been the one that had there been a pick. It would have been Crocker. Third down and 2. Parker gets the yardage for the first. Second down and 9, and the clock running with 4:20. Blitz is picked up. Batch steps forward. He's got Washington open. Makes the catch at the 25. Nate Washington stretching it out to the 16. He beat Jason Webster for 50 yards.
Good job by Charlie Batch in the pocket. It's a blitz. Heath Miller picks up the defensive back and allows him to step up. And really, Charlie Batch, oh, it's a beautiful move on the outside by Nate Washington. He fakes like he's going out, cuts up inside, and he's wide open, and then he attacks the football to make the catch.
They take Webster out after he's beaten on that play. Jimmy Williams replaces him. These young receivers you spoke of coming up big today, Holmes and Washington. Again, play action to Ward, and the Steelers can tie it on the extra point. Jimmy Williams, who just stepped in for Webster, gets beaten on the play. 17 yards and a touchdown.
That was some design. Hines Ward ran the route perfectly. He widened the throwing lane for Charlie Batch, and he put it right on the money again.
Hines Ward with a career-high 3-touchdown performance.
When safe drivers save up to 30% on their auto insurance for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a pretty big deal.
Steve, did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
The best fan-rich experiences.
I am humbled to be welcomed to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame's enshrinement. Celebrate the unveiling of the symbol of supremacy, the bronze bust for Tony Baselli, Cliff Branch, Leroy Butler, Art McNally, Sam Mills, Richard Seymour, Dick Vermeil, and Bryant Young. For ticket information, visit ProFootballHOF.com now.
Some of the league's biggest names are back, taking over NFL Network.
We're picking the games and shows that we want you to see.
And this time, a few legends are getting in on the fun.
So come watch with us.
NFL Players' Choice, Tuesday at 1 on NFL Network.
We're all here for football.
Best in the league right now.
Your team.
I pray for these moments.
Our team.
Significant news for the entire NFL.
Every team.
Such an exciting time for a fan.
My goodness. NFL Network. We're here for football.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Boy, they're back inside the 20 if they fail to convert here. As Joey Porter's already surmised, the Steelers could be getting the ball back in excellent position. Set something up at the end. What will Vick do? Dancing around with pressure. Flips it at the last second. Hits his man for the first down. That's Justin Griffith. Vick making something out of nothing.
Moments like that are one of the main reasons I'm a Mike Vick fan, because for all the talk that's out there about what Mike can't do, I like to talk about what Mike can do. And he does things that no other football player in the history of the game at that position has been able to do. And I think that play was another indication of his greatness.
So Griffith picks up the first, and Vick has running room. To the 40, 45, and chased out by Ryan Clark. A gain of 14.
Now they got the rhythm of this offense going. All of a sudden, Harrison forgets who he's playing against. You're playing against the Atlanta Falcons. You can't chase. You have to stay at home and wait.
Vick's run right there equaling his longest rush of the day. 14 yards. Zips it. Jenkins. Pushed out by 2 Steelers. Norwood in the backfield. Second down coming for the Falcons. The rookie slices through for a first down. And they've got 2 kickers here in Atlanta. From beyond 50, they go with Kanan. Michael Kanan. But inside that, it's the old reliable. There's Kanan. We saw him boot one from 58 yards here. Make it last year against the Patriots. But inside of that, it's the man they brought back. Talking about Morton Anderson. Work done in the backfield on first down. And Polamalu comes up. Only a 1-yard run. Falcons with 3 timeouts. Vick throws. And that's just a short pass for no gain to Griffith. There you see the numbers. Almost 800 yards of offense.
Almost 600 yards of passing offense.
Yeah. They drop Vick back into the shotgun. They need to get to the 29 for a first. Pass over the head of Roddy White. Now here's what's problematic.
Yes.
If you do go for the long field goal with Kanan and he misses, well, then you would set up Pittsburgh with 2 timeouts and a half minute to go. You'd set them up in great shape. So it looks like they may just boot it away, punt it away.
No, they're going to kick the field goal.
They're going to go for it. Matt Schaub's out there, the holder.
Jim Mora made that decision as they were going for it on 3rd down.
Be 56 yards, Phil. Michael Keenan's made one from 51 this year, 58 last year. And hold on a minute. They're waving the play dead as the ball goes through the uprights. The officials say that Pittsburgh called a timeout first.
Timeout. Pittsburgh.
Oh,
their
wow.
second, a 30-second timeout.
Just beat the snap. It's Keenan delivered it from 56.
I heard the whistles blow before the ball was snapped.
You can see how close it was because you could follow Cowher's eyes to watch that one go right through the uprights.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, listening to that was not in time.
Yeah, but wait. We got to show the whole thing. The official getting the timeout call from Bill Cowher, and the official from the side is watching it and says he told me before the ball was snapped. By the time he raises his arm and blow the whistle, you're right. It was after the snap of the ball, but the timeout was called before the snap of the ball.
I mean, that wasn't by exactly a fraction. That was a...
But you're going by the sound.
Yeah, I'm going by the whistle.
Yeah, I know. Top of the frame, Bill Cowher.
Canaan's going to be called on to deliver it for a second time. This kid's been mentored by Morton Anderson since he couldn't really hold on to the full-time place kicking duties early in the year. Went 0 for 4 in a game. One more time from 56. And this time the kick is wide. No good. There is a flag, and they may have roughed the kicker.
Running into the kicker. A 5-yard penalty defense. Replay. 4th down.
Polamalu ran into Keenan. And what's interesting here for a second, I saw Morton Anderson put on his helmet because this will move it up to a 51-yarder. But Keenan stays out there. You could tell Anderson would love to come in and give it a crack. But it's going to be Keenan one more time. 51-yard attempt.
Bill Cowher didn't cut it as close this time.
No, not at all. Pittsburgh out of timeouts.
I don't know, Jim. You make a 56-yarder. It gets waved off. It's such a difficult field goal kick regardless. In the dome, how strong your leg is.
They're going to bring out Anderson, I think.
You got Morton Anderson standing on the sidelines, and there's, this year Morton will break the National Football League record for most points scored. And he is as clutch a human being as I've ever been around in my life. So we're going to put the lefty in that situation.
Morton Anderson, the second oldest to ever play in the NFL. George Blanda, the only older to ever suit up. He was 48 when his career ended. And now he's going to come on. They told us that his range was really from inside 50.
Right.
This is going to be 52 for the 46-year-old Morton Anderson. Morton Anderson got the accuracy. Does he have the leg? No, it's short by a yard or two. They had the distance forecast accurately. Just short. Now Pittsburgh will take over with no timeouts left and the ball just outside the 40.
As you watch it, he kicks it. It's right down the middle. But when you see a field goal kick from long distance, when you see it spin really hard, that means the kicker hit it just a little too low. That creates that extra spin, and it comes up a few yards short. Lands right under the goalpost.
Couple of yards short.
You're right, Jim. They told you just inside the 50. If that had been a 49-yarder, it would have been good.
Pittsburgh now with no timeouts. Needs about 25 yards to bring out Jeff Reed. Timeout called by Atlanta. And Reed loosens up.
This has really been so exciting. So many the lead changes, the emotion. The fans will sleep good tonight.
If Pittsburgh goes on to win this game, you know how Atlanta's going to feel about that timeout that was, in fact, issued to Pittsburgh on the 56-yard try. Look at Cowher at the top. I don't know. I don't know if he, looking at that, I'm not sure. You'd almost.
No. He beat it. He beat it.
I can't say that without hesitation.
I can't. He beat it. It's close, but he definitely beat it.
He hasn't signaled yet. Now he signals. And the ball is, well, it's pretty close.
It's not when the official signals, it's when he heard it from Cowher.
Here's Batch in the pocket over the top, and he's got his target. It's Ward at the 34. Again, no timeouts. This will be about a 50-yard drive. They don't advance it anymore. They're just going to spike it to stop it.
Formation was, no, there's a penalty. Were they in a correct formation?
Nate Washington may have jumped a little bit too soon.
Surely not.
False start. Offense number 85. By rule, the clock is running with less than a minute. The false start that prevents a snap requires a 10-second runoff.
Overtime.
Therefore, the game is over. The game goes to overtime.
He called a flinch on number 85, Nate Washington. That's what he called. You take it from there. I'm just telling you what was called. I'm not going to say anything. I don't feel like giving Park Avenue any more money. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
The Solo Stove Bonfire is the hottest new reason to get outside. With its signature 360 airflow design, firewood gets just the right amount of oxygen. And since it's easy to light, it gets going fast. It's America's favorite smokeless fire pit for a reason. Bonfire is made for when those good moments become lasting memories. Save $10 using promo code TV10 at solostove.com.
Stop by the Pro Football Hall of Fame store just like Hall of Famers for exclusive Hall of Fame gear. Make your friends and family Hall of Famers. With all 32 teams in the store, there's something for everyone. Open 7 days a week and no admission to come and shop. Stop in today. Or visit us online at profootballhof.com/store.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
So I climbed into the cab and then I settled down inside. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Are you tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? What if your clothes could stay fresh for weeks? Now they can. Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. Pour a cap of Downy Unstoppables into your washing machine before each load and enjoy fresher smelling laundry. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent boosters. Shop for Downy Unstoppables online, including our lighter scent.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places in the U.S.
Frosty time is kind of like you time. if you time tasted like a Frosty.
Hey, Willie, can I get a hand with this? You got this, brother. I know you've been working out. Please, this is pretty heavy. That's why I got the small, man.
When it's Frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Strawberry Frosty.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, how are the Packers going to make up for the loss of Davante Adams? Well, Thomas Davis, Brian Baldinger, Adam Rank, and Brett Favre try to answer that question. Plus, TD's top 5 linebackers in the game today. That's tonight, 7 Eastern.
How about the fact the last time they played, they went to overtime, and they never were able to resolve it. So it's only fitting they come back, go extra time again. Allen Rossum. And Reed never getting the chance to try to win it at the end of regulation. 2 yards out. Fakes this time Norwood. And Rossum keeps it to the 22. Got Norwood in the game. Crumpler coming out of the backfield. They run it right out of the gun with the rookie. Wow, what a burst he has for a first down. Tyson Clabo, the left guard, with his first career start, through a big block that time.
Yeah, he did. Tyson Clabo has played well at left guard. 77, you see him pushing his defender outside, and Jarius Norwood, everybody was thinking pass. I was too. He's fresh. Vick hands it to him underneath, and he gets a first down.
It was a gain of 11. Stay on the ground with Norwood again. He's ridden down after a 5-yard pickup by Tyrone Carter. Vick. He takes off with it. Has a first down. Larry Foote pushed him out, but the 6 yards good enough to move the chains.
And his running with the football has been just in rhythm of what they're doing. Not forcing it. No design runs for him. And you make a mistake on defense, everybody get caught inside. See, now the defense is not just focusing on Michael Vick's running. So that's why it's easier for him to break containment.
They're going with the running game here in overtime. It's Norwood. That time for 3. Second down, 12. Look at this nifty play. They run it with Dunn. Looked like Vick was going to take off. And he gets only to the 45. 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, it's. I think you just said something about the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. You thought that was going to get a big gain, didn't you?
Did. It closed in a hurry, didn't it?
It just closes fast. They're so athletic. You hear the word speed all the time, but the Steelers are quick moving. In other words, they can be stopped and change directions and still make the play. That's what makes their defense special versus the run.
So a 3rd and 9. The blitzing. Polamalu. Vick able to shake him off. Lobs it softly to Crumpler. And Crumpler all the way to the 29. Vick that time had the perfect touch. And he picks up 26. And the Falcons are in field goal range.
They are. His strength and his speed get it done. The Steelers guessed right. And there, Troy Polamalu made the mistake. He attacked Michael Vick, and Michael Vick got around him. Watch the blitz. Polamalu on the outside has containment. And now he goes after him, and you just can never overestimate his speed.
Those two dominant players meeting again. Vick and Polamalu. Vick that time getting it done, but it's Warwick done for a couple running into Clark Hagan's. Dunn slices through for another first.
This game, Jim, is going to be about rallying the troops. That's what the Falcons have done. The blocking up front. Claybo, good seal block. McClure, the center, everybody pushing the Steelers late in the game. They're getting tired. You're motivated. Jim Moore, after the game last week in the locker room, talked about the injuries and what they needed to do to win a game without some of their star players.
Over to the middle, and Aaron Smith knocks him right back for no gain. At this point, we're talking about, say, 35, 36 yards.
Oh, we're talking about smashing it up in the middle probably 2 more times and waiting. Or
maybe 1 more time.
Yes, and kick it on 3rd down
Exactly.
in case there's a bad snap. Good thinking. And absolutely, I see Jim Moore. He's talking to Morton Anderson. It will be his chance to kick the game winner.
He only has 31 game-deciding kicks in his career. And Polamalu brings it to a close at the 14. And they are going to kick on 3rd down.
Here they come.
Morton Anderson came into this league in 1982. And think about how long he's been around the league. With players that he's competed against, his career, you could say, in a way, has spanned 5 decades. He kicked in a game early in his career against Jan Stenerud, who kicked in Super Bowl IV. So here he is from Super Bowl IV era, playing for a team that's trying to make it to Super Bowl 41.
He's kicked against many father-son combinations in the league.
When he first kicked in a game, 13 of the current Falcon roster not even born. Timeout called by Pittsburgh. Again, only George Blanda ever played in a league game at 48. Older than Morton Anderson's 46. Oldest to ever play pro ball, Manny Bergsmuller for the Rhine Fire over in NFL Europe. Kicked till he was 51. Maybe this guy will make it someday. Still in the league at 51. Can win it right here from 32 yards. Morton Anderson. What a game, Phil.
It was exciting, and it was a game where the Atlanta Falcons, so many things going against them, even though they were home, they overcame.
Never a doubt about this kick.
Pretty cut and dry. They try to ice the old man, you know. My blood was
How dare
flowing.
they?
My blood was flowing. It gave me a chance to get another Geritol in me. I was good.
That was probably just what the doctor ordered for this football team. I think we needed a football game like that was wild and crazy and changes in momentum and changes in lead. I think that games like that, situations like that, build character that you can put in reserve for down the line.
It's a tough loss. It's a tough loss, but as I just told that football team, they left everything on that field. And I couldn't ask more of them. I'm very proud of that group of guys in there. And we've dug a hole for ourselves, no question. But I know the character of this football team, and we will be back.
This win was big for us as a team, you know, as a whole. You know, after the loss last week, to bounce back the way we did, you know, and overcome a lot of tough situations in this game today was big for this organization, big for our team, and big for our confidence.
Rekindling memories of their last matchup, a 34-34 overtime tie in 2002. It's only fitting this game gets an NFL replay. After 6 lead changes and both teams missing chances to break a 38-38 tie in the final minute, Morton Anderson, the second oldest player in NFL history, won it for Atlanta in overtime. Ben Roethlisberger got off to a fast start, throwing for 3 touchdowns before sustaining a concussion in the 3rd quarter, leaving him questionable for Sunday's matchup with Oakland. After that, he could only watch from the sideline as Michael Vick directed an 11-play, 65-yard drive to set up Anderson's 32-yard game winner. Vick picked the perfect time to break out of a dismal season throwing the ball, passing for a career-high 4 touchdowns. But Vick wasn't the only one to set new career marks. Both Algie Crumpler and Hines Ward established new highs with 3 touchdown catches each. And with all the great individual efforts, lead changes, and twists and turns, this game was too good to be settled in 60 minutes. It had to be settled on NFL Replay. I'm Fran Charles. Thanks for watching.